passion for playing music come from?
I think it just came from me, like just a love of music, you know, from the get-go. I remember just being young and being obsessed with like spending my allowance money on singles, you know, because we didn't grow up with, like Spotify or even like you couldn't even listen to music on the internet when we were young, you know, so it was like it was so cool to like collect whatever songs I could afford. And I think I just got obsessed with music from that point. And once I figured I could sing and started writing, I was just obsessed with it ever since that point.
Captured me at an early age. I mean, I never really questioned it. It just happened, and you know, it's just been part of my life for a whole time.
I think I had music around the house. Like my dad was heavy into music, so I think just being around it all the time just sparked something as a little kid that just always stuck.
Was there anything in particular that pushed you guys to want to be musicians? Other than just growing up around the music, was there anything that, like, you know, when you see someone perform or something that you're like, oh, I want to be up there doing that, anything like that happen?
Yeah, seeing videos of like the Police performing to me, like, and Nirvana, just like seeing what they were doing live, because as a kid when you hear like a recording, you're just listening, you're not like seeing the experience. So the first time I think I saw like live performance, I was just like, yeah, that's what I want to do. It was just captivating.
I think for me, what the live side was actually not what got me into music. It was more just wanting to make something, and I realized, you know, when I got into like high school that I wanted to do like something in the arts, and we all went to school for like either music or art, and John and I do design, and I think I followed that path for a while just because it seemed smarter to try and do like graphic design or something, but I hit a point where I felt like it was a point to decide what I was going to do with the rest of my life, and I already tried to make a smart decision and do like graphic design, and I was like kind of miserable. So I was like, okay, if I had to pick one or the other, I know I would pick music, so I'm going to put all my energy into making music because I know I need to make something, and I know I need to be creative in some way, shape, or form. And I thought, what better way than trying to make music? Because I think there's something that people make that other people love more than music. Yeah.
That's the reason why
That's a
you're in the
bold-
music industry.
I think it's a little bit of a bold statement, but I think if you really think about it, it's really true.
Whenever I listen to a song, I'm so weird, but I like to picture a scenario alongside the song. Because like I said, I feel like musicians are movie makers in their head, and so I like to picture a scenario. And I heard one of your songs, Take That. And now this is pure interpretation of the music. The lyrics, they're not going to be in right now. So when I heard that, I pictured myself driving under a nice spring day, you know, with the windows rolled down, with your friends, you're just having a really good time. And you know, like when the leaves are kind of turning that like pretty orange, and it's like about to be like autumn, but it's still like kind of hot outside. So you can have like a sweater on, but it's like a really, like you just feel really nice. Like, you know those days when you walk out, it's just like super nice outside. When I heard that song, that's what came to my mind. Now it does with everything that I hear. I'm like so fucking weird. But is that where you guys were going with your vibe? Your vibe is very, like right now I feel like what's really trendy in like indie music or just in general is like kind of like darkish vibes. They're bringing back a lot of the 80s post-punk rock era.
Yeah.
And you guys went completely the opposite direction. You guys are like happy vibe, but your songs still say something. They still get a message across. They're not just, you know, singing some silly chords. They're like saying something. So when it comes to your music, is that what you wanted to give off?
I mean, I think
It's natural.
We've come across this question in a few different sort of forms, but another form of that question has been like, why did you choose this type of music to
Right.
make? And the answer I can give to that is that it wasn't as much of a decision as much as it was like, that's just what came to me naturally, and you know, even back to going when everything started, I tried to make all kinds of different types of music, and the thing that just fell into place was this sort of upbeat, feel-good music. And I've tried to figure out why I remember when we were younger, we got really into Blink too. And I think the thing I loved about them was this sort of carefree, like upbeat, happy vibe, but it still had like a little bit of an edge to it. It was a little bit like, you know, I don't know, rebellious in a little bit, but it was still like catchy and fun to listen to. And I, you know, while I think what we're doing is so different from what that is or was, you know, I think the emotional sentiment that we're going for is very much in the same realm. You know?
Yeah.
Whether and I didn't try to do that. You know, it's and there have been like I think we are trying to. Lately, for me though, it's been trying to step outside of that a little bit, but I don't think I'll ever. You know, I think for me personally, one thing I want is the songs to always just be fun. You know. So.
Now, what captivated me about your music is exactly that. It's like upbeat and fun, but you still manage to have good instrumentals. You used to have like drum tracks and a bass line, and you have good vocals in your songs. When you guys are composing your songs, how do you go about that? Because I know some bands will sit with a recorder and just play around until something good pops up, and they're like, okay, let's work around that.
Yeah.
Or some of them come with like a melody in their head that they know they want to shape a song around that melody. Or like a chorus. Sometimes the chorus is more verse. So how do you guys like do that?
It's like kind of a combo of those things, and for me, the melody trumps lyrics always. I think, you know, there are a lot of songs that I listen to where I have no idea what they mean, or I don't even have a sense of the lyrics. But the first thing I always get from a song when I listen to it is usually the melody, and I'm all about melody. And it's led me to even like some bands that other people just love, like The National, or you know, I don't like them at all because there's not really. I know we hate that. I know we hate that, but I personally don't like them because there's not a sense of melody. I'm not saying that they're national. Everyone loves The National, but I'm not saying that they're bad. They're just not for me because I'm just like a melodic. You know, I'm focused on melody, and that's what I'm, you know, really into. And they're amazing at so many things, but to me melodically it doesn't interest me. I completely forgot what the question was.
The question is, when you guys go about your songs, how do you compose? Like, what do you guys play around with the tune?
Focus on the chord progressions and melody. But I mean, there are times where you have a piece that you've made, like production-wise, like something that's instrumental that you just love. There are times that, well, you know, it's about finding those things that really excite you to develop the song further. Because we do a lot of ideas, but there's occasionally these little small pieces, whether it's like a 4-bar loop or a melody or a chord progression, just something small that you go, oh my god, that's so good. Let's turn that into a song. And you know, then it's about like, as you take those steps forward to develop that great idea, do you have more great ideas, or does it fall flat, or does everything else not live up to that one great idea? And I think that's, to me, when you end up releasing a song, it's a song that's gone through those phases and finally come out of it with, you know, hopefully being strong throughout and having a lot of great ideas.
Now, I know songs can like make an album, you know, you're married to that for a while. You're constantly working on it. Is there any time where you just, I know some bands will sometimes release the album and not listen to it, and then afterwards they'll go back and listen to it and they're like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Do you guys ever do that?
It's different for everyone. I find it hard. I think a lot of people, from a lot of people, find it hard to listen to our music after it's done, because sometimes you'll just hear things that you should have done differently. Yeah, you want to do things differently, or you want to improve things, and you grow as you make music. You know, as you continue doing it, you get better and better. Even if people think you got worse in your own head, you're like, I'm getting better. And you listen to your old stuff and you're like, well, I want you to do this, and then do that better. So it's almost like cringeworthy, you know, especially when it's like listening to your own voice. I think a lot of singers tend to just hate their own voice, despite, you know, what anybody else thinks of it.
You're listening to yourself all the time.
It sucks.
All right, this leads me to my next question. When you talk about growing as musicians, you guys have obviously progressed in your careers. You know, as your music grows, you grow with it. Now, I was kind of listening to your older tunes and tracks, and they sound like really beachy and vibe. And my first question was actually, where did the name CRUISR come from? But then I started thinking, I was like, hey, they sound like beachy, like in the sun.
Yeah.
I was like, does it have anything to do with like cruising? You know, like those little cruisers and beach and stuff, or did it just, is it,
It is that.
completely different?
That's
Is that what it is?
that's
You
the
hit the nail
idea.
on the head, really. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think the music came first, you know, and you know, what we call it to me was never like, it was like, it's awesome, you know, it had the name, and we wanted to have something that wasn't like terrible, like Bumblebee.
I mean, that's a good one.
Oh, was that a name that was thrown out there?
No,
Okay.
We joke about bad band names.
Yeah, it's not. That's nice.
You're touring now. I know that, you know, often probably people ask like, oh, you probably got to see all this stuff, but you probably don't. You have a little bit of free time to yourself,
Yeah.
and you don't get to soak it all in.
We see a lot of hotel rooms.
Right.
And now we're starting to see the same venues every time, so it's just like, but there's been a couple times where we've gotten to go do something, and most recently when we were in Houston, we got a private tour of NASA's
that's cool.
Johnson Space Center, and that was like the coolest thing I've ever experienced on tour, and that was, you know, very special. So we finally got to do something.
Has there been anything that stood out to you other than that occasion in like a city or something you saw where you're like, oh, I want to go back there and like visit that place, or something that inspired you?
Sometimes I don't really think about food.
Yeah, it's
You know,
the food.
It's like sometimes you just have something, and then there are times when I'll wake up at home and I'll be like, God, I don't want that. Like,
Yeah.
that's that right now. And you know,
Yeah, we have a
that's
list.
that's the thing that gets me sometimes.
We have a list of the food places in America that we like and try to go back to. We drove up the one once.
Yeah.
We went up to Big Sur. We had like 3 days between San Francisco and Seattle.
Yeah.
So we just did the lazy coast like drive, and that was like really awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice. You guys
Yeah.
get some time off. And
Yeah.
What
I
do you-
love like the natural stuff.
How do you pass time on the road? Like, do you ever just get bored of just looking at trees and highways and stuff?
Podcasts, music, games.
Sometimes I try to work on music while working there.
I work.
John works.
I work for a design agency.
Oh, that's really cool.
So that keeps me busy. Bruno makes really great puns all the time. Keeps us just laughing. I don't know.
Eating too
Like
much.
eating.
Eating like fast food.
Yeah.
Joints just like I'm bored.
Yeah.
I have to. I think that's everybody does that.
Yeah.
Now, this tour, you guys are touring with amazing bands. How's it going so far?
Terrible.
Shit.
This sucks.
No.
No. This has been great. It's been awesome.
I think the coolest thing is about this tour is we're getting a second round of touring with Beach Weather, which we did before with Paris. And on this tour, it's just you keep developing those friendships, you know. And I think when you start a tour, it's like just like the beginning of a friendship, where it's like that awkward phase of like you don't really feel comfortable around them, or you're still trying to gauge what's cool with them or the kind of person they are. And it's been nice to sort of pick up where we left off with Beach Weather, and also one of the guys that's on Gets the Crank's crew is this guy Pat, and he's just like so much fun. So we saw him, and we had no idea he was gonna be on this tour. So it was like first day of the tour, we were like
Freaked out. Yeah.
So it's like this
No,
little
it's been
reunion.
awesome. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
So to wrap up the interview, any last words you'd like to say to your fans or people that listen to your music?
Yeah, I mean, I would say keep an eye out for new music in 2017. We're working on an album, and then it's happening. It's happening.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then we'll be in a city near you if this comes out in the next.
Keep an eye out.
We'll be back on tour. This is one.
We'll be on the road.
We'll be doing an arena tour next year around the world. So,
There you go.
yes, World Tour 2017 to 18.
Hashtag that.
Can we do an Applebee's debut?
Yeah, Applebee's.